clock's ticking. Bodies are flying all around the court. The shot goes up. The defender comes running over and jumps in the air, hits the ground, and snap. Everyone stops. They're all shocked. Time is slowing. The defender's leg is broken, yes, but much more has just happened. 6'2" Louisville guard Kevin Ware is in physical, immense pain. But there's more pain in his head, knowing that there went the NBA. There went his dream. Why? Why was this talented, highly recruited in high school star not in the NBA? Why is he even playing for Louisville? It's because the NBA has draft regulations set up that prohibits high school students from going right from high school to the pros. Going to college is now why Kevin will not be in the NBA. And isn't college supposed to better people? This is not the case for him. I feel for Kevin. I work hard at my craft, at writing, and I have to go to college. I have to go to places like UCLA and unload hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to where I'm going, plus add on 4 years of my life when I feel like I have the talent now. I've worked at it. This is wrong. It really doesn't make sense for Kevin or me, but this is how it is. And so today I'm going to inform you on the faulty NBA draft system, the rights that are stolen from these kids in high school, and the outcomes we have seen so far for these pros. So let's get right into exactly what those draft regulations are. I had asked the audience if they thought high school basketball players could go right to the pros or if they had to go to college. They were unsure. So I can break it down right here for you and give you that. The NBA draft rules go as this. A player must be 19 years of age. They must be eligible or have college eligibility before they can be eligible for the draft. No player is eligible for more than 2 drafts, and a player is no longer eligible if they hire an agent. The number one is at the top. The player must be 19 years of age. This is big because you graduate 18 years old, so what do you do for that year? And instead of just falling off the radar by not doing anything and waiting around to be drafted, you can't hire an agent or else you won't be eligible when you turn 19. These players play in college. So they go to these schools that they don't even care to go to. All they want to do is be seen on TV and let the NBA people know that they're still good in college and not just a young guy playing against no talent high school teams. They go to schools like Kentucky and Duke that have now been coined these trampoline schools because these players are going there and they're bouncing right to the NBA. Kentucky's infamous for this one and done. This is all over the talk. They take a lot of flack for it, but why should they? It's funny because even their coach, Calipari, believes that the high school kids shouldn't have to wait to go to the pros. And I'm right there with him. Hockey, they draft right out of high school. Soccer, you can play for the national team or you can play for the clubs in America. And then there's tennis, you can be 17 years old at tennis. And then there's golf and so forth. With this faulty system, the NBA robs these high school students from all the work that they have done to get to this point. By forcing these athletes to wait a year and risk injury, it robs them of their opportunity. Some need this opportunity for the money or to get out of the neighborhood they're living in. And last I checked, we lived in America. Land of the American dream. So why is the NBA making this dream seem impossible and unattainable for these kids, especially when they get hurt? We're told that if we work hard and are dedicated to our craft, that we'll eventually get there. But the NBA writes them off when they go to college and they get hurt and their dream is gone. But yet, NBA was the ones who made them do this. So how is this a working system? After this decision was taken out of the hands of these athletes, let's look at how some of their careers turned out. We talked about Kevin Ware, how he broke his leg, and now his career's over. When it comes to Kyle Hardwick, he's a 6'9" basketball phenom that was highly recruited. He was 10th in the state when he was in his senior year of high school, and he had a straight shot towards the NBA. He went to Oklahoma, and there in practice one day, a teammate had landed on his ACL, and now he has a slim shot at the NBA. According to an article on theatlanta.com, Kyle was pushed out of college. His scholarships were pulled. He was devastated, and his dream was fading. So much so that he even got to the point where he said he no longer loves basketball. He believes that he'd be in the NBA right now if he didn't get injured. And I probably agree with him. I asked the audience if they thought regulations were fair. With these guys, look at what it's done to them. Athletes who were ready at 18 before these regulations, they're fine. Moses Malone went on to be a 13-time All-Star and an NBA champion. You got Kobe Bryant, one of the biggest stars ever. He's a 15-time All-Star and a 5-time champion. And who doesn't know LeBron James? The most infamous high school to pro basketball player with all the hype of Jordan and less. He's a 12-time All-Star, a 3-time NBA champ, and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. All three of these guys had a Hall of Fame career. I wonder what could have been for Kevin Ware and Kyle Hardwick if they had the same leeway that these guys had before these new regulations. So in conclusion, that one unnecessary year can be the one thing barring these high school students from their economic potential. Imagine if Kobe Bryant or LeBron James had to have gone to college and suffered a career-ending injury. Kobe would have scored the 81 points. There would have been no Kobe and Shaq. I wouldn't have gotten to have shake hands with a Hall of Famer in Kobe Bryant. And there would have been no decision by LeBron James. And this recent new hype with Cleveland finally winning an NBA championship would have never happened with LeBron not going there. This is such a reality for these guys. If they would have been under the NBA's new draft system, we wouldn't have had these guys. The NBA would have stolen the rights from them the same way that they did from Kevin and Kyle. I wonder how we'd feel if our dream career with financial security was on the line. Would we risk it the way these guys had to? I can't say that I would know what to do.